How's it going, Sha?
I'm dealing with some work being done on an apartment near me, not mine, but
Okay.
near me. So near that it feels like it's mine, but it is not mine. And they started very promptly at 7
Okay.
a.m.
Okay.
And I wish they hadn't been so prompt.
What would be like protocol? Like, what would you be happy with if they would have like on their part? What would you expect?
Oh, just 9 would be fine.
9 o'clock?
Yeah. But I already know that, contractors and stuff, they work from like a 6 to 4. Like that's normally how they do it. So I get it. But
Okay.
that doesn't make it easier to try to catch a couple of extra winks
Nah.
when they are prompt. I mean, I guess my neighbor's got very good contractors. Very good contractors. But oh boy.
They
Yeah.
ready to work.
Yeah, I guess they're doing something over there. I hope it works out for them and I hope they're done. Well, I don't care if they come back tomorrow because I will have to go to work. So if they start promptly again tomorrow, that's great because that's what time I need to be up anyway. But
There you go.
yeah, that's the bright side. And I mean, I guess I feel for them because they're also working on a day where it's the coldest day ever.
Yeah.
Close. It's cold.
Okay. I thought it was nice out today.
Okay, whatever, East New York.
We're not that far apart, Sha.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying that as your upbringing. You were born in a fucking puffer jacket and a pair of Timbs. For the rest of us who enjoy a nice tank top.
Low key. This is how nice of a day I thought it was, Sha.
Mhm.
Like, I normally call you, when I'm ready to rock, and like I become pretty oblivious to the fact that we're filming.
Mhm.
Like I'm just talking with Sha.
Right.
So like I forget that I'm on camera, and like I looked at myself right when I was about to hit record, and
Mhm.
I looked like extra Dominican. Like I had no buttons on. Like I was just like, because it was like warm to me. So I was just like belly out on the podcast if I would have started like 5 minutes earlier. Like if you would have just said like, depending on what you said, if I would have like not clicked to like really check, it'd have been too late. Like that'd have been the look for today's episode.
Oh, I mean, here's the thing. It is not you've been outside. Has the wind stopped? Because
I would say it was pretty minimal while I was out there.
Okay, because the wind was not playing, and not at all, not a playful wind, a very angry wind, and that is, of course, what made it feel so cold.
Yeah.
So sure, when the wind is not blowing, I guess 20 something degrees isn't that cold.
Right.
You put on all your stuff, and as long as everybody's standing still, then yeah, it's not that cold.
Okay.
But at the time that I was out, which wasn't long at all, the wind was upset and it was very cold. And I was just like, well, I don't know why you're mad at me. I didn't do anything. You can stop yelling at me. But I don't like bitter cold.
Okay.
That's my issue. Why you got to be so bitter with it? Why so cold?
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Yeah. So it is moving. It was moving in a bitter cold way earlier today. And I don't like it. I don't like when it says the high is, 22. What? Why? And I understand that I live in the north, and I know that we don't even get the brunt of it, especially now with global warming. Like we barely deal with snow the way we used to. I get that, but still. You know, I didn't need it. I didn't need it to be that cold on top of the banging that was happening right above my bedroom.
Right.
It was a lot. It was an assault to my senses today, and frankly, I don't care for it.
Okay. That I could see, because you're like, you lost your home base, that's like what is that, Superman with his lair, like they're attacking all of that for you. It's too cold. You can't go out for breakfast. You come back into the apartment, it's banging, all the things that you need for like peace.
Sure.
Being removed.
Right. I mean, I don't go out for breakfast. I just make stuff here, but it still was cold. And also I've got a cat who is not a big fan of banging and drilling. So she's just like, what is happening?
Right.
And just keeps walking up to me like, fix it. And I'm like, I can't.
Had nothing to do with that.
That is beyond our purview, sweetie. I can't.
Oh man.
Yeah. So I got a cat that's angry.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's fine. It'll all be fine, I'm sure.
Do you always make breakfast at home?
I mean, yeah, if I want to eat. Yeah.
I feel like I wouldn't know the weather if it wasn't for breakfast.
Oh, well, like, I mean,
breakfast is a meal I always have, like corner store.
Oh yeah, no, I don't get stuff from corner stores, like food stuff, like prepared food.
Okay.
I don't do it. It never agrees with me. Every time I've ever tried it, I've been sick afterwards. So I'm like, cool, I get it. This isn't for me. That's great.
I feel like I get sick when I haven't had it in a while.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, like it's like what boosts my immune system.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, it destroys mine. I can't. I know how to. Also, I'm not big on breakfast sandwiches.
Oh man.
I like all my stuff on a plate. So I like to sit down and eat it with a fork. Where am I going? I ain't going nowhere. So
yeah.
Because I don't like being on the move and eating.
Yeah, I live by that. That's honestly what I miss most because of COVID. Like bacon, egg, and cheese, and like doing the train, or like grabbing a slice and going between spots in the city. Like that was just the routine.
Yeah, no, I don't normally do that. I like to sit in a place and then just slowly graze over the course of a day, all my meals, just slowly, just, absentmindedly shove stuff in my mouth while not moving.
Gabby gets mad because like like on the weekends she makes breakfast for us. And like if she makes like a bacon, egg, and cheese, like I can't eat it sitting down.
You have to stand up to eat it?
I still got to stand up. Like I'll be in the living room pacing.
That's wild.
She gets so tight. I'm like, I don't know. This isn't a sit down food,
Yeah, I think that's the thing is that it's not a sit down food. It's a food made for running.
Yeah.
For a train. But my thing is I need to concentrate all of my energy into the running.
Okay.
So I don't have any more brain power to also chew. And
that's all training.
Yeah, I guess so. But I mean, like, look, I can do it in a car.
Okay.
I'll eat a 3-course meal in a car. We'll drive
That's solid.
But I can't do that. I can't really walk and do that kind of stuff. I can't walk and drink without a straw. You know what I mean? Like I just can't. I'm trying to get my body to the place. So I will anything else like me. I got to concentrate to get up and down stairs. I don't have time to then just add a little snack to it unless it is literally a snack like a cereal bar.
Nah.
I don't bite into things in front of people.
How have you made it this far, Sha?
Look, man, I don't. It's a little phobia. I think I just think, well, my teeth are going to break on it, and all of it, my teeth will fall out. And I mean, my teeth are in terrible shape, so it's feasible. So I tear pieces off and then put in my mouth. So I've evolved in such a way that I have to just be sitting and eating.
Wouldn't that be when you'd want people around you to like help?
No one's going to help me if my teeth falls out on a New York subway. You know this. You grew up here. I was born here. I know enough to know that ain't nobody helping me if my teeth fall out. I just become a meme. There's no way.
So
I'm just one of those only in New York stories.
Yo.
You won't believe what I saw. So no. No.
Okay.
Not the kid. You're not going to get me choking.
I have definitely eaten a substantial amount of meals on the train. Mm-hmm. I've stopped since college though. I think like after college, I switched to like I would only drink on the train, and then COVID, I don't do any of it.
Right. Yes. Exactly.
Yeah. COVID killed the whole like eating and drinking on the train game.
Yeah. I can't. Maybe I'd eat like some fries, but I also have to wash my hands after being on a train. So even before COVID, I was just like, I got to wash the subway off my hands before I get to my food, unless I either had hand sanitizer on me, which I didn't really, just because I was like, I'm going to need these germs for protection. Right. So let me just keep them on my hands until I get to my destination and wash them off. So that's kind of where I'm working. So it's not that I'm necessarily overly scared of germs, but I didn't also want them on my food. So I just roll up my bag real tight, my food bag, put it in my purse or tote bag or whatever, and just hold that close to my body to keep that warm, and then get to wherever I'm going and then wash my hands and then eat it. But but now with COVID, I'm not even trying to. Man, I've been on planes since COVID, and you would think it's like, did she even eat or drink anything? I'm not like, I get whatever the smallest snack is that they have. They're like, do you want pretzels or cookies? And I'm like, let me get a cookie. I can snap that in half and shove it in there underneath. I don't even lift the mask, two masks, because I just go underneath and put it in there. And then if I didn't bring my own bottle of water on the plane, I'll get water and I drink that whole thing like a shot. And that's not normally how I drink either. I sip, but I gulp the whole thing and then throw it back at them before they're even past my seat. Water, no ice, hurry up. Like, I'm not playing. And then I'm good.
I'm a little concerned, Shaq.
It's a real foxhole on a plane right now when it comes to eating. Yeah. Enemy's not going to find me. I'm deep in that foxhole. Nope. You're not going to hear anything rattling on me.
It will be no Shalewa Sharpe featuring version of Yellow Jackets anywhere.
Oh, I don't know what happens on that show.
You haven't seen that?
No, I know it's out there, but I also know it's a little gory. So
yeah, I'm all about it right now.
I'm probably not. I would love to watch it, but gore, I don't know if I have it in me. I do love, look, Christina Ricci says she's going to act in anything. I'm like halfway there just on strength. I love her so much.
Word up.
And then the idea of her and Juliette Lewis, which I'm trying to think if they've been in a movie together. And I can't think of it, which is wild considering, all the movies they did in the 90s.
Right.
And how many of them I saw. I'm like, that's weird but then they're like, and then there's blood and I was like, oh, you lost me. I gotta sleep. You gonna stay up with me? No? Okay.
Nah, I'm all about it. I watch it. I feel like every now and then, like, most of my relationships with women are going too well. And like, I need a reminder of what's possible, like, yo, be on your
Oh yeah, you should always be scared.
Yeah. Like, Get Out did that for me a little bit. Like, okay, and this was like that again. Like, yo, be on your P's and Q's. You got two of them in your house. They love you, but you never know.
But
so,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
I watch them every night. You gotta be alert. And I give reminders to my son. Like, yo, listen, don't think just because you cute, you the young one. It can get twisted tomorrow, B. You know what I mean? I'm watching it right now.
Yeah.
That's just dope. I'm all about it. I've always had a crush on Christina Ricci too. So like I was with the show anyway. Plus she's like one of the scariest people on the show.
Oh,
which
that's great.
further like cements the whole idea to me. So like I'm with it. You never don't trust anybody in this world, kids. Okay?
Yeah,
to the two listeners we have under 18.
Anything that will teach your kids that lesson is A-okay in my book.
There you go. Let's get into the news.
Oh yeah, let's do that.
Up top, the world's largest condom maker says condom sales have slumped during the pandemic.
Oh, word?
Condom sales declined during the pandemic. The world's largest manufacturer of the contraceptive, which saw sales falling as much as 40% in the past 2 years. While one could assume that people would have nothing better to do than have sex indoors because of the movement restrictions, that didn't appear to be the situation, said Carex's CEO, Go Mai Kat. The Malaysian contraceptive company produces about 5.5 billion condoms a year and is a supplier to brands such as Durex and One Condoms. It also produces its own condom brands. Carex assumed at the start of the pandemic, the condom demand would surge as people cooped up at home, used birth control because of the economic uncertainty. They told Bloomberg in March of 2020. At the time, Go also predicted a condom shortage because of the pandemic-fueled factory shutdowns. Instead, condom demand slumped, not only for Carex, but also for others, including Durex and Trojan.
Yeah. The fuck did you think was going to happen? Look, this triggers me in a few ways. So, first of all, the assumption that everybody is living with someone else that they will have sex with is wild.
That's real.
Like, that's not the case. There are a lot of people who are living alone. So keep that in mind. There are a lot of people who are living with family. So keep that in mind. And people who are just living with folks that they have never had any desire to have sex with, and they're not going to start now because there's a fucking pandemic. That's one. So that assumption's wild. Two, why I never understood, and I think this was all just jokes for the timeline, but I never understood when people started talking a year ago about just like being horny or having sex or hooking up. Like, I know there are people out there who were doing it, and I don't understand it. Were none of you scared for your lives? None of you were scared?
Word up.
Everybody was. I mean, look, I get that I'm terrified all the time. Always have been, probably always will be. But death is literally in the air. It's airborne. And you still out there trying to get it in? None of you took a moment to just be like, this is scary. No, y'all still trying to fuck? Then yeah, fuck y'all. Y'all ain't using condoms either. If you're trying to fuck during COVID, especially during a surge, y'all ain't using condoms? Get the fuck out of here. So that's two that I call bullshit on everybody hooking up. We were all scared. You don't want to act like it, but you were all in the fetal position underneath a new weighted blanket. All of us were. I don't care. I don't care what you say.
I had that. I personally had that blanket that used to sell on the Ave. That like it was like a real thick furish like material that always had a real big animal on it.
I have a lion.
Yeah.
I moved up here with the lion. You hear me? I moved and then had my parents pack it up and mail it to me. I was like, I'm not getting through being in New York without my fucking lion blanket. My sister has clowned that blanket since I bought it. It's the warmest thing I've ever had in my life.
Real talk. I found a documentary about it. They stopped making them, and then like a bootlegger tried to make a similar and made a killing selling it to immigrants in New York, but they started complaining because it wasn't the same level of thickness.
I have one of those. It's a deer. I got it at the Kmart that was down in Astor Place. It's not as thick. and not quite, it's not as soft. It's not as like furry, but it's good for like company when they come and they sleep on your couch or something. Remember then when you'd have people sleep on your couch? It was good for that.
Yeah.
It got the job done in like I need something warm on me while I sleep kind of thing, but definitely put it over a top sheet because it was not as fucking furry. Yeah, it wasn't the same. I dare say my blanket was made of lion. I'm not sure.
My favorite thing was throwing it on like the youngest kids in the family, like they were like 5, and watch them struggle to get out.
Yeah, we were all under those, freaking out. Quit acting like that wasn't the case. And if you weren't, you're a monster. I don't want you near my genitals anyway.
Word up.
So that's an issue. And then third, like this says, the sex industry, they hit a big bump. In person, a lot of in-person goods and services could not be traded. Do you remember when the city of New York had guidelines on how to have sex out here?
Word up. Yeah, it was
and they were just like, maybe masturbate in front of each other, or only doggy style, or role play, or just fucking put it on ice. Is what I say.
That's how you knew it was bad, yo. It ain't even specify like hooking up. Right? It was saying that like for everybody. Like, yo, if you're married, you should still consider this.
Yeah.
Like, this is real. You know what I
mean? Yeah.
They out there.
That was wild. So, yeah, there's a slump of condoms. It
happens. But, no need to worry for Carricks. They are making a pivot. The company has decided to explore going into other growth areas like manufacturing medical gloves. Which
that's what I thought they did. I thought they just made all that into,
They do it all now. That's it.
Good for them, I guess.
Now that's a pivot.
It's a pivot. It's a necessary pivot.
1 digit to 5 digits.
And then push comes to shove, cut off a finger if something happens and you didn't really know. Just buy the gloves, cut off a finger, hold on to it, do it doggy style. Don't look at each other. Everyone have at least 2 masks on, have a window open, and I hope you have an air filter with a HEPA filter in it. Like, take all the precautions.
Yeah, you know what? If anything, they're selling you both now, right? Like, you buy the glove or you have 5 condoms.
Yes.
Depending on how you look at it,
Depending on how you look at it. Oh my gosh. Either
done,
way.
Carricks,
Yeah, I don't know. But the whole idea just of, people are going to have lots of sex. Are we? Some of us weren't having lots of sex beforehand.
For real. I was busy having really vivid dreams.
Very vivid dreams.
That's what I was doing.
Yeah.
None of that. Ex-American Idol star Clay Aiken announces his bid for Congress. That's right. Clay Aiken, widely known for his stint on American Idol, announced on Monday that he's launching another bid for Congress in North Carolina. If the loudest and most hateful voices think they're going to speak for us, just tell them I'm warming up the old vocal cords, said Aiken in an announcement video posted on Twitter, taking a jab at Republican reps Madison Cawthorn of North Carolina and Marjorie Taylor Greene of Georgia. He cited the challenging white supremacy, racism, and homophobia as contributing reasons for his campaign launch. Aiken is running as a Democrat to represent the newly drawn 6th district, which includes much of the area that was represented by Democratic Representative David Price. Price was elected in 1986 and announced he would not seek re-election in October.
Okay. All right. It says here, he also said, I also believe we need more civility in our politics, and North Carolina deserves representatives in Washington who use their positions to make their people's lives better, not advance polarizing positions that embarrass our state, yada, yada, yada. Great. I'm glad that you want civility. Hooray, civility. But I also need you to get down in the dirt if necessary, Clay Aiken.
Word up. Get on it. Okay.
I need you to win, and then I need you to be able to get dirty, because these motherfuckers ain't playing fair. And we all out here talking about civility. Ain't nothing civil in this anymore.
Nope.
So just keep that in mind. Hooray for him, I guess.
Yeah, good luck. Make it happen.
I thought he ran for something before. Oh,
he said he tried, he lost. I feel like I don't think he's gonna win because like so the only reason I know Clay Aiken isn't even because of Clay Aiken, right? So like if you were like really big on poker and you're like my age, there was a big shift to like online poker, and a lot of people my age played it as like their get rich quick scheme. You know what I mean? And one of the big success stories of that era was a poker player named Phil Galfond, and his online name was OMG Clay Aiken. That's the only reason I know who Clay Aiken is, because he said in interviews, they were like, why'd you go by that name instead of like your normal name? He said, oh, I just liked the idea of fucking with somebody by like beating them and them thinking I was a big Clay Aiken fan. I thought that would like send people on tilt. So that's the only reason I know who Clay Aiken is because of this.
Because his name was used as a psychological trip?
That's it.
Okay.
I looked him up and I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. I wouldn't want to be a fan of his either. I wouldn't want to lose to someone that is a fan. You know,
hey,
like,
look here now. Clay Aiken had a lovely voice.
I'm sure.
I mean, I assume he came in second. I didn't. I have never watched the American Idol ever, but I do know he came in second. So what's his name? Ruben Studdard?
Yeah.
Ruben Studdard, who won? What you running for, bruh?
You know what I mean? We need you out here.
Yeah, perhaps. I don't know. Well,
ain't no poker players named themselves after you, Ruben.
Well,
so what else you got going on?
Because it wouldn't have been like a embarrassing.
Right.
Which I don't know if it would have been. I probably at that time liking Clay Aiken was considered embarrassing because he wasn't. I don't think he was out of the closet yet, but a lot of people made fun of him.
Okay.
So it's actually kind of a mean-spirited thing that dude was doing.
Come on, Phil.
But I mean, he also was making money playing poker, so you know.
Yeah, Phil Galfond was famous for several reasons with his poker stuff, but most notably, during the peak of it, he bought 2 condos in New York and built a slide connecting the first one to the second one, and then poker online became illegal, so he couldn't play in New York anymore. So he had to sell those condos so he could move to Canada to play. And there was a real estate listing trying to convince rich New Yorkers that the slides was actually an art piece.
Oh,
but
boy.
we all knew. It was just a metal slide. You can't give 20-year-olds money, okay? Vote for Clay.
Oh, is that how old he was? Oh, yeah, so he was a complete jerk.
Let's see here. Watershed moment in NYC, Sha. New law allows non-citizens to vote. That's right.
Oh, wow.
More than 800,000 non-citizens and dreamers in New York City will have access to ballot boxes and could vote in municipal elections as early as next year after Mayor Eric Adams allowed legislation to automatically become law on Sunday. Opponents have vowed to challenge the new law, which City Council approved a month ago. Unless a judge halts its implementation, New York City is the first major U.S. city to grant widespread municipal voting rights to non-citizens. More than a dozen communities across the U.S. already allow non-citizens to cast ballots in local elections, including 11 towns in Maryland and 2 in Vermont. Non-citizens still wouldn't be able to vote for president or members of Congress in federal races or in state elections to pick governor, judges, or legislators.
Okay. I mean, that's great. There's no chance that this mayor is going to veto it, is there?
I feel like he's busy, like giving like his brother jobs and stuff.
Oh,
like,
Lord.
He out there.
If you are a listener and you don't live in New York City, just so you know, a mayor was elected. I mean,
and I say that in quotes.
Yeah, a mayor was elected, and I'm not sure how it happened, except that, I mean, it just happens sometimes. You get a mayor. And this guy is a real piece of work. And we've just completed the first week and a half of him being in office. And yikes.
Oh.
I think it's safe to say, first of all, he got sworn in minutes after midnight on New Year's Day at Times Square.
Yo.
Has anyone ever done that before?
Oh, man ain't trying to wait, B.
Like,
try to get started, get this COVID, let's get it popping.
Have any other mayors done that? Do they normally get sworn in where the ball drops in Times Square?
I want the show. He want the glitz.
Yeah, so that's an issue. So he's already hired his brother to be in charge of what, police or some shit?
Yeah, he's like in charge of the police.
And his brother's previous job was being like an assistant manager of parking at a college somewhere, and now he's in charge of police. So, you know,
he fluffed up that LinkedIn page, man. Nothing wrong with that.
So it's just already, it's not looking good. So this is, I think, good news. For people to like be able to have a say in their actual neighborhoods. And that's fantastic. And I hope that this isn't, I know it's hinging on our new mayor to okay it because it's already gone through city council and everything. And I just hope he doesn't find a way to fuck that up.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, fingers crossed. But yeah, that seems cool.
I'm loving this. This is the first positive thing I've heard from Eric since he's been elected. I do agree. Like, he announced that he's like that he has swag, and I will give him that. I actually like the outfits he picks.
No. First off, that first hoodie was a hot mess.
Hey.
That was a terrible thing. Also, if you have to say you have swag, you don't have swag.
That's
like,
the thing,
You know this. And he's a middle-aged to old man. He don't have swag.
You could just let us see it, man.
Like, we recognize it as a people. People know when there's like an it factor. Or, why am I drawn to blah blah blah? And look how he carries himself. Let us put that on you. Like, you can't give yourself a nickname.
Yeah, nah, it's not true.
I
fuck with your ties. I do. I like the tie game showing so far. You know, solid scarves. You know, like if I was dressing up, I would do a lot of this.
Okay, so everything you like about him so far is sartorial?
Yeah.
It's all about clothing.
All clothing based. I'm not even denying. I don't like the dude at all, but I'm like, all right, like somebody on your team is putting your shit together on point.
Well, that's good.
Whoever that is, promote that. That should be the new, police department person. If that was your brother, I would have understood way more. If you would just say, hey, listen, he's picked out the last 8 suits I put on, so he's in charge of the police department. I would have been like, yes, I get you, But you talked about this parking job that he had. I don't know. I want whoever's dressing you, promote that person. They know what they're doing.
Oh boy! But this is I don't even know if I want to give that person props. This guy already, and I don't have anything. I mean, there are some things he said that are just like, oh no. Yeah. But I just gotta
fingers crossed. You know what I mean?
Fingers crossed.
He bought a vegan sandwich at a deli I like. So
okay, sure.
Great. That's the second thing I like about him.
That he's vegan.
Well, he likes that deli. I don't care about the vegan part. Yeah. Come on, Shy.
Yeah, you're right. No, yeah, I did get that wrong. You're right.
In other news, debt collectors can legally slide in your DMs now. That's fucking horrific. U.S. debt collectors have a tool now at their disposal that they never had before. Social media. Under financial regulations that went into effect on Tuesday, debt collection agencies can now contact people via text, DM or a DM on social media. The rule was added to the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, a 44-year-old piece of legislation that controls how debt collectors can communicate with borrowers. According to the Washington Post, the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau announced the change in autumn of 2020, citing rapid developments in technology and transformation methods of communication. Debt collectors and consumers have been trapped In a time where poor debt collectors, they have been required to communicate with each other under standards Congress enacted in 1977 until now. Today, Consumer Financial Protection Bureau is issuing a final rule that provides clear consumer rights and limitations for debt collectors on using modern technologies to communicate with each other.
Okay, first off, who's to say they hadn't been doing that shit already?
Word up.
Secondly, I worked collections for a very short time.
Okay.
Right? For like a department store credit card. I worked collections. And it was like a temp. I got it through a temp agency.
Okay.
And I wasn't there long, maybe a month or two. But I remember one of the supervisors giving us like our like beginning of a shift, like gathering and meeting, right?
Yeah.
And so what he said stuck with me. He was like saying, okay, look, we got to get numbers here and blah, blah, blah. And we're low here and we got to do this and blah, blah, blah. And then he was just like, look, you know, I know we got new people here. We got some people from the temp agency, blah, blah, blah. Y'all need to know we got to get these numbers up. You got to get money from these people. And if you have a conscience, this may not be the job for you.
Yo.
And I was like, I'm out.
Yo.
He said that to a big group of people. And I was just like, oh, okay, then I can't do this job.
Wow.
And it's wild because the people working there are like 1 foot ahead of collections their damn selves, if not in collections.
Right.
And now we are calling folks and harassing them for their little itty bitty money for this little itty bitty card. I was just like, oh, I have a conscience. Well, that's nice to know that I for sure have one, because I can't, there's no way I can do this job. So that's why I'm like, they've probably been in your DMs. They've probably been watching. There's probably a whole team.
For real.
For each one watching you.
Screenshotted all of your IG stories.
Absolutely.
All as ready.
I mean, I just read about, there's someone I know who went through a thing with a collection agency where it's some debt, they bought the debt from elsewhere, or they didn't actually buy, they made up debt and just applied it to different credit reports.
What?
And it's a fake debt. Yeah, it's a company. And they just apply the debt and they say they're collecting for such and such, you know. And if you contact them and you're like, I don't have any debt with them, they don't care. They're still trying to get money out of you.
Jesus, that's grease.
Yeah, it's vats of grease, Gastor.
Yo.
So much grease. And so for them to even add this to it is just like, it's such a stressful thing.
My goodness.
To have anyone contact you about a bill. Trust me, people know they owe that money.
Yeah.
You know? And for you to come into my DMs or to send me a text or to fucking what? Get out of here. Tweet at me? You gonna tweet at me about my bills? I don't know. I mean, look, you can be greasy. You can be collections greasy, but are you Twitter greasy? Yo. Are you Reddit greasy?
Come at me, yo.
Are they ready for what happens online? That's the real question.
I ain't going nowhere, Citibank. Come see me. Okay? You want this money, you're going to see me on this corner.
Let me tell you something. I personally have filed bankruptcy twice. I'm wild out here. I don't give a fuck about you and your little money. So I don't own nothing. I don't got nothing to be used as collateral. I ain't got shit. And I filed bankruptcy twice. Do your best. Do your best.
All right.
Come get it. See if I don't sick a Twitter army on your ass. Go ahead.
They've been trying to sell me followers for years in my DMs. Yeah. Okay? And I actually need that shit. I'm ignoring all of those. You think you gonna get through?
Yeah, I will leave you on red so fast.
Forever. Binance CEO becomes one of the world's richest billionaires. Cryptocurrency CEO has become one of the richest people on earth. Chapeng CZ Zhao, who runs the crypto exchange Binance, has joined the ranks of the world's top billionaires with an estimated net worth of at least $96 billion, according to new calculations from Bloomberg Billionaires Index published on Monday. Zhao's projected fortune now rivals that of Oracle founder Larry Ellison and surpasses that of Mukesh Ambani, the Indian tycoon whose fortune had also soared over the last 2 years. The ascent of the Chinese-Canadian entrepreneur is emblematic of the rapid creation of wealth in the fast-moving world of digital currencies.
Huh. This still ain't gonna make me get a Bitcoin, though.
Nah?
Nah, I don't think so.
Come on, Shy. You gotta get on the ride, yo.
Why? Again, let me reiterate. I have filed bankruptcy twice. I don't give a fuck about this finance shit. If I can't use Bitcoin to do my laundry, what's it for? I don't understand simple money. You think I'm gonna understand this? Nah.
Oh man, y'all want somebody to call me to collect. I'm gonna tell them about all the cryptos I got. Yeah, I got no cash, my G. All right.
I put it all in crypto.
It's all in crypto. I got Ripple. I got Doge. Whatever you want, I got but actual money.
Okay, so here's what I'm trying to figure out, right? So I know you're a crypto fan.
I'm out here.
But it is a lot like stock market-y, yes.
Right.
Okay, so you can gain a lot of money, you could lose a lot of money.
Hell yeah.
Much like stock. Does that affect old Zhao here, or does he stay worth billions of dollars?
I would assume he's billions forever going forward. He might like take a big hit because I would assume he's also heavily invested in cryptos as well. But he owns the exchange.
Oh,
so like
give me a
his
break.
money crazy. Yeah, like he good. He's running Binance. Like Binance is like you've heard of Coinbase.
Yes.
Yeah, so Binance is that, just like in the rest of the world.
Also, Binance just doesn't feel real.
Oh no, it's wild. Like when crypto was first like popping off, like everybody was talking about it like 5 years ago, and you wanted to buy any coin but like the main three, like Bitcoin, Ether, and like Litecoin. If you wanted to buy anything else, you had to get on Binance. So like you sign up on this shit, it is sketchy as hell. Yo. Like you put in your money, there's like 30 seconds where like it's transferring your money to crypto, and like there's a solid 30 seconds to 2 minutes, depending on your internet, where like you don't have money and you don't know where it is. Like it's just
my God.
A screen says 0, and you hope like honor system that they're doing their part to transfer it over to whatever cryptocurrency you said it was. Half of the jargon was in like Chinese. Like I had to watch a YouTube video to figure out how to change the menu from Chinese to English, because it was like innately in Chinese, and like there was no like English option. I had to like read Chinese characters, and the word English was still in Chinese. Like if I didn't watch the YouTube video, I wouldn't have known what to do, you know?
Wow.
And then when you finally get to the everything in English and in numbers, it still just looked like the Matrix. Like they don't like they put all the numbers in order. So like if you know what you're reading, it makes sense. But like if you don't, it just looks like binary. Like it's just digits forever.
Right.
And that's what makes it exciting, you know what I mean? Because you know
okay.
You wasn't expecting that pivot, but I was with it, yo.
No, I kind of was.
You know what I mean? It's great because you know whoever's fucking investing with you, they know just as little as you do So you already ahead of the game because you translated to English. You know what I mean? They can't read anything. You could at least read the words and numbers.
I mean, I guess. Gang. Yeah, look, you're much more of a gambler than I am.
Gang, right here. Let's go.
I can see why this would be exciting for you.
It's awesome. You know what I mean? Next crypto billionaire, Gastor Almonte, straight out the block. You know what I mean?
Well, who's the first crypto billionaire who doesn't own the exchange? Who wasn't already a billionaire?
It's fair. It's fair. Let me get that crypto money. Why? It's going to be over. I'm going to be so reckless at the corner store.
Are you?
Over.
Are they accepting it yet?
What? That's actually the first place I was buying crypto. The second place I was buying crypto, pardon me, after like the apps was at a corner store vending machine in Queens.
Okay.
It was straight up. My little brother put me onto it. It was a vending machine right next to his high school, Christ the King, where like you could put like money and it would give you like a printed out receipt with your crypto. So it was like a way to physically own the crypto for people that wasn't like as digitally savvy. They would like print out the code on a receipt.
Wow.
It was crazy.
Okay.
We out here, shot. We gambling,
look,
baby.
Y'all enjoy it. Look, I'm an old lady. Y'all enjoy it. I'm going to keep my whole life savings under my left titty. That's what I'm doing.
You could do that now, too, when you print out the invoice from the exchange.
I can put the receipt under my left
under your titty. You good. You know what I mean? Cash that in later.
Oh my God. I just imagine someone asking their grandmother for money and her pulling out a crypto receipt.
Hell yeah. It's the future.
Oh, Lord.
You know it's coming. A year after New Jersey released thousands early from prison, only 9% are back in custody. New Jersey's first in the nation move to free thousands from prison early due to the pandemic hasn't significantly affected public safety numbers, according to analysis of the state data by WNYC Gothamist. The state's early release program gave people nearing the end of their sentence public health credits to shave as much as 8 months off their time behind bars, ultimately cutting the prison population by 40% in the span of 11 months. Now, more than 1 year after the first 2,500 people were released in late 2020, new data obtained through public records requests shows about 9% of those people were reincarcerated. That's lower than the state's overall pre-pandemic 1 year recidivism rate of 16%. This shows that New Jersey was able to release a large number of people during the pandemic to make a public health choice and do it in a way that also reduced their recidivism rate, which is hard to do and is a sign of the policy's success.
Yay, I guess.
I thought this was cool. Yeah, I kind of dig it. This, I mean, I felt like this was a lot of things here. Like, one, I think there's a lot of people being put in jail that were put in jail in general, for things that either weren't as serious or for sentences that were longer than they should have been.
Right.
It tells me that in general, most people want a second chance and will take it and will do good with it. I even think the number before, being frank, you're still telling me 84% of people don't go back. I'll take that. You know what I mean? That means that they're trying to do better. And when gifted with a chance to do better faster, they're even more appreciative of it. So I think overall, this is a good thing. I'm sure there's like stuff that you have to be careful for or whatever, but overall, this felt like right to me.
Hooray!
Bang!
I think is kind of how I feel. Like, that's wonderful that not only that whatever the circumstances were, either they did not become repeat offenders, or they were locked up on some bullshit anyway, and you could tell that because they did not get themselves locked up again, or that people weren't gunning for them.
Right.
I guess. So
I guess the biggest thing that I got from it is that, like, I fully agree with if you do a crime, you should pay a punishment. I get that.
Right.
But I like to think that the overall goal of being sent is still to help someone and make them a functioning member of society. And I think a part of that is getting them back to their community as soon as possible, right? Like the longer they're away, the harder it is for them to get reacclimated. The community moves on, their life moves on, the world moves on, their skill sets atrophy, right? All the things that they need to be a part of everyday society, it becomes harder and harder for that transition to happen back. So by shortening these sentences, I think it allows for that to happen more successfully. So I'm a fan of this. You know what I mean? Do that more often. I'm a fan of that. Let's do
it. Yeah. Consider working this into all the time.
Yeah. That'd be dope. Y'all, real talk. Like if you do a bid and they'll be like, yo, if you keep making the breakfast the way you make it for the whole crew, we're gonna shave a month off. You know, like give them like little incentives. I would rather work for time off than for like the pennies they was getting. You know what I mean? Like you work in the crew and be like, yo, you do a good job. No, no incidents for a year. We shave a month. Like some shit like that instead of just like the wage. I think stuff like that'll A, incentivize people to behave, B, incentivize them to be proactive in getting jobs inside that they could develop skills and take outside. You know what I mean? I think there's a lot of wins there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Prison reform coming soon.
Gastor's prison reform.
That's it. I'm doing it all, baby. My dad said I'm a little ambitious the other day.
Yeah, like, I'd say that. And that's a lot coming from a man who saw you as being a new dictator of the DR. If he thinks you're a little overly ambitious, you might be. But, I mean, why stop now?
Why? You know? I'm getting places. We doing this.
Yeah.
Finally, Broadway unions revolt over the proposal to have workers paid during COVID pauses. In mid-December, as Broadway began to suffer the roiling effects of the Omicron variant, the Broadway League had a radical proposal. The League, the National Trade Association for the Broadway industry, whose 700 plus members include theater owners, operators, producers, presenters, and general managers, proposed to the unions representing Broadway workers that those workers take a 50% pay cut during so-called COVID pauses, when shows are temporarily shut down because of infections within cast and crew. The league proposed the full salaries be restored when the shows return to stage. However, leaders of the unions representing Broadway workers have so far steadfastly rejected the idea. Another area of disagreement was around booster shots. The league proposed that mandatory vaccination for all Broadway workers now include getting booster shots. However, the league and the unions disagreed about the number of days workers would get off if they had adverse reactions to the shots. The league proposed 2, while the unions wanted 5, according to those informed.
Okay. Well, I mean, keep paying them. Like keep paying them, right?
Right.
And they've gone without for so long, and they are basically just on hold. I mean, why have them go through extra paperwork to only get half of it? Why do that? Just keep paying them.
So were they being paid this whole time?
They're paid as the shows are going.
Okay.
I don't think they were getting paid when everything was shut down.
Right.
Except for, I don't know, maybe the unions were able to get just sort of like a unemployment, like a furlough kind of situation.
Yeah.
But then, I mean, this lasted longer than a furlough, than what they would have been able to pay out for a furlough. I'm not sure on that. If you work in Broadway and you had nothing while Broadway was shut down, let us know if it was like a furlough situation or if they were just like, we'll see you when we see you, because I mean, that's certainly something that the unions would have had to fight for and all that kind of stuff. But I don't know. I think you should just keep paying them. I think you should keep paying them because Broadway ultimately makes money. I mean, when I think about it, because at first I'm like, well, I mean, if they're not doing anything, yeah, I guess pay them half, but I wouldn't like that. So give them all their money. And then I have to remember there's so much money in Broadway. Like tickets are ridiculously priced in the before times.
Right.
Like priced in such a way to almost keep people out. They were so expensive.
Yeah.
And the people sitting on that money are the theater owners, of which there are not a lot. And then producers, and producers have their own costs that they have to do in order to maintain hold of a theater for the run of a show and all this other. So there's a lot of money floating about. And I'm just like, I don't fully know what the status quo was, but I know at this point, none of that shit's working anymore. I know there's a lot more money than anyone wants to let on to. Fucking give it to them. Keep giving it to them.
Bang. Pay them people.
That's kind of how I feel. Just keep giving it to them.
Yeah, I was trying to figure this out. Like I kind of get, but
I get it. I get like, hey, the money that we usually get, like we're not getting that. And at the last times when you guys weren't able to work, we could give you like furlough money perhaps, or unemployment or whatever.
Yeah.
But like maybe they haven't like built up the reserves in order to continue to pay them.
Right.
Which would mean, I guess, going into your own pocket or taking some pay cuts and all that kind of shit, which I'm like, yeah, maybe you should just do that.
Boom.
But I get the hesitancy, and I get why they would think, half the payment. But I mean, if it were me, they want me to come back as soon as they're like, well, I guess we're cleared. It's been 5 or 7 days or whatever. We're all still testing. Like if I have to still keep testing.
Right.
Even though we're on a pause, if you have me in there, keep testing with the mindset of as soon as we're cleared, you're right back at it, then fucking pay me.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that. I agree with that.
Yeah.
We need a stand-up union like this. We don't get half spot pay. God.
Man. Yo, but then that would seriously affect the drink ticket lobby.
Word
the
up.
People who make drink tickets would really be hurting if they actually paid us money.
Oh man, all those little raffle tickets, where would they go?
Yeah. And then also it's a way of really if they did that, you'd have to truly prove that you're a comic. And that's going to hurt a lot of people. A lot of people.
Are you really passed?
You know what I mean? Like, hell, I do a lot of shows, right? Not currently, but I have done a lot of shows. I am not passed at any club.
Really?
So, yeah, no, not a one. So would I be able to take part in a union? I don't think so.
Wow.
And that's wild because
perform, yeah.
I definitely go up. I definitely perform.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So,
Conundrum.
Yeah, that's how that would look.
Look at that. Yo, we got mad TV credits. We ain't passing enough places.
I know, but who knows? Who knows why?
We don't know how this game works, okay?
We don't. I don't think I do.
We try to figure it out.
I'm not cut out for whatever it is that it takes, or maybe I don't deep down I don't want. Who knows? Who knows? But I know that if a union was formed, I better get passed out of club quickly.
I just want the health benefits, B.
Yeah,
that's
it.
If you will like Shalewa and I start a 2-person union.
2-person? Just us?
Just us. You know what I mean? You won't get rejected by everybody, but we know in spirit we right.
I mean, I think that's literally what this podcast is. I think we're already there.
All you got to do is like, subscribe to the show. Okay? If you're an Apple listener or a Spotify listener, please rate the show. We genuinely appreciate all of them. 4 stars. You're going to vote down our rules, regulations, the stance that we took as a union. You ain't a fan. 5 stars. You understand that we are fighting for equal chicken wings.
Yeah.
For the headliner.
Please keep us in chicken tenders for the rest of our days.
That's all we asking. Same amount of chicken tenders for the headliner, the feature, the host.
Yep.
You know? They all
Choice of sauces.
Choice of sauces. They don't even need a lot of choices. Just 3. I'm happy with 3.
Yeah.
What 3 is up to you. I even leave you that. Okay? Don't cheat. Don't give me 2 like ketchups. Okay?
Right. Yeah. All we want are fresh fries for everyone.
That's it.
That's all we want.
Little options, baby. That's all we doing.
Comedy club fries.
I gave out empanadas at my album release party. I'm broke, but I did it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. He did.
You know, everybody performed on my album release. You got empanadas. You got Dominican dulce.
Yep.
You got, I forgot what drink I gave. I gave some type
of. There was some soda or something.
Yeah, I gave the kids drink, you know.
Everybody got a dinner. Everybody got a snack.
Straight up.
Everyone got a substantial snack when you performed on Gastor.
Hell yeah. I made sure of that shit. You know why? Because I care. I don't want nobody like fainting on my stage because their sugar went low. Doesn't happen. That's what this union stands for. Okay?
Yeah. That's what it's mostly a snack-based union.
That's
I
it.
think that's fair.
Real focused on the needs of diabetic comedians. Okay? If you have any articles you'd like us to cover, please DM us directly on Twitter and Instagram at Silky Jumbo at Gastor Almonte. With all that said, my name is Gastor Almonte, always with the home Shalewa Sharpe. This has been a War Report. Catch y'all next time. Peace. Once the guns go cold.